Hello everyone, my name is Sheila. Welcome to my channel, The Intentional Outlier. Tonight I'm going to take some time and do some bill consolidation with my sinking funds and my 1 month ahead cash envelopes. So I'm just gonna reposition the camera and we'll get started. Okay, so these are my sinking fund binders. Let's see, so if you're not really familiar with what a sinking fund is, basically I like to describe it as a bucket where that you can put money into each in little increments, and they eventually add up, and then you can take that money and you can use it for whatever that category is. So for instance, I have one specifically for my pantry, Costco, home, garden, my freeze dryer, clothing, beauty. So, and then I also have them for, I decided to also do them for reoccurring expenses or things that I know are going to come up once a year, such as the tabs for my vehicles. So I have a general idea of what that's going to be every year, and so I go ahead and I set that money aside so it's already taken care of, and when the time comes, then it gives me a whole year to be able to contribute to that envelope to be able to afford that expense when it arises. So that way the money's already allocated for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with, this one is car maintenance. So let's see what I got. I need 250, so I'll take 100 and it's there. That's good. That's truck maintenance, property tax, 50, 60, 89, not yet. Okay, let's see. I have another idea. I also have, it's coming to the end of the month, and what I like to do is, as part of my emergency fund, I save money to where I have my next month's expenses already saved for that month. So I'm always 1 month ahead. Ideally, I would like to be a year ahead, and I'm working on that, and it's slowly building up to that point. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the money for January's bills, and so I have two different categories here. The bills that are here will get deposited into the bank, and that will be what I do for my electronic withdrawals for my bills. The money that's in the envelope, this is my cash spending money. So I have a category for groceries, gas, personal, and Merriweather, who is my dog. So, and I feed those envelopes once a week for us, and then whatever I don't use from those envelopes will either go back into the 1 year ahead fund, or it'll go into one of the savings challenges that I'm doing at that time. It just depends on what I have going on at that particular time. So what I'm going to do so that I can get some more variation in bills is I'm going to go ahead and add this money to the mix too. So we got some tens. I like to do this at least once a month so that I can minimize the number of bills that I have in my envelopes, and just it feels pretty cool to go in and be able to like swap them out for bigger bills. Let's see, let's come back here again. Let's go. I already did that one. I think this was truck maintenance to this guy. So there's 2 5s. I'm going to switch those out with the 10. And then, let's see, let's switch these out. 2 10s for a 20. And that is as condensed down as we can get at this point. Okay, my insurance. I like to pay my insurance every 6 months. I get a little bit of a discount doing it that way. 20, 30, 40. Okay, so I have another 20. We'll just do it this way then. Switch that out. And that is as far down as we can get. The next one is Merriweather's sinking fund. So she has her weekly spending money, and then she also has a sinking fund. And from this, I usually, if she has a vet visit she needs to go to, or when I do her meal prep for her food and do all the shopping for that, it generally comes out of here. Or if I want to buy her some treats, it's just whatever needs she has, flea meds, all that stuff. So let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. Count that again. All right, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, and 100. And again, these are just basically their savings accounts for each category. Let's see, I have my medical expenses ones. This is if I need to pay co-pays at the doctor, get medication, those types of expenses. It's 20, 30, 40, 50. Emergency funds. So I already have $1,000 in an emergency fund in my checking account. This is the envelope that I use to add money to, that eventually I'll add more money to it as I go. So I put it in a little bit each paycheck, and then I just deposit it. And really, realistically, all of this can act as an emergency fund if I needed to. There is a little bit of, comfort in that, knowing that I have, if I need to, if I found myself in a situation where I needed money now, and I know that I have this money here to be able to take care of whatever that need is. And another areas where it's come in handy is, so I've been on a debt-free journey for the last 12 years, like very intentional one. And back in September, I was in a position where if I were to liquidate all of my cash envelopes and the majority of the money that was in the bank for my emergency fund, then I would be able to pay off the balance of my mortgage. So I kind of sat with it for a little bit because I do find some sense of security and comfort knowing that I have the funds available. But I also knew that when I sat and I thought about it, I was like, man, if I just do it and go all in, and the rewards from it later are going to be tremendous. So that's what I decided to do. I emptied all the envelopes, counted up what I had, and went to the bank and said, I need to make a wire transfer. It was pretty cool. So the next one we're going to look at, entertainment. That one is down. Our consolidated as much as it can. Gifts. Gifts are for like birthdays or Mother's Day or Father's Day, those types of holidays. Amazon. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that one. Any Amazon shopping I want to do. Native, that's the company that I use for my deodorant. I'm not sponsored. And then I also have one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas. So those are specifically for if I want to, whatever expenses I want to cover for those holidays, because we know they come every year. So, okay, pantry. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 10, 20, 50. Costco. And looks like Costco's down as far as it's going to get for right now. And home. If I need to do any repairs to the house. And then my garden. So I plant a garden every year. It's something I enjoy doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. That's 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. Right. Clothing's good. Beauty's good. I do like to keep those bills a little bit smaller. So that is basically the gist of the cash stuffing. So I know that I started with $200 extra in here from a gift that I was given. So that is actually what I'm going to, I'll take that out, and then I'll set aside the money that's going to go to the bank for January's bills, and we'll go from there. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Please like and subscribe and share this video with other people that you think may enjoy it. And I appreciate your time. If there's anything that I can do better, please let me know. Here, let's do that. And let's see. If there's any questions, please ask questions. If you enjoyed this or want me to change something up or explain something more about the different things that I was using today, please just let me know. Ask it down in the comments. And thank you very much. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.